Yeah, we are back.
Yeah, buddy.
The old Change of Plans podcast. It
Back
is
again.
Joe and Vinny.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I got to start. Oh, man. I already messed up our other recording device because I didn't start recording it. So just now. But we're back. And, Joe, yours was in your pocket.
What? Yeah, I went up to get cups. I forgot it was in my pocket.
Joe was sleeping before I got here again.
That doesn't matter.
It does, dude, because you don't have the energy. You just don't have the energy for it.
You don't think I'm matching your energy?
No.
Some would say I'm outdoing your no.
Wow. You are a wordsmith. How's it going, Joe? It's been a week. This is our second week in a row.
I know.
You forgot to post last week's episode, though.
It's already up. It's up now.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, here we are. We're back.
And
I think that's all that matters.
Yeah. How was your week?
You know, today was an interesting day.
Do tell.
We had food at work. There was a guy at work, and he makes food.
What kind of food?
You know, burgers and dogs, potato salad.
You guys had like an indoor barbecue?
No, it was outside.
Oh, okay. All right.
Under a tent.
How many glizzies did you eat?
All right, so let's talk about this because I only had one hot dog.
Yeah.
And then I had some beans. And
I'm about to leave the room.
Had some potato salad. And then there was chicken. What do you call those? Like when the crock pot? Like some crock pot chicken.
I got
6 hours.
I got a glizzy question for you because
anyway, I had 4 pieces of chicken.
I love hot dogs, like a good glizzy, but I just can't eat them out in public. Can't do it.
All right.
And I know it's very immature of me. I get it. It's not progressive. Blah, 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 blah.
All right. Do you eat hot dogs like this?
No, it's
so
like,
don't worry about it then.
I can't. It's the same thing with the banana. If you're seeing the theme here, I am just not mature enough to do that.
You got your banana and you're like, it's not how you eat a banana.
No, but when I see someone bite a banana, my pants hurts. You know?
Right, no, I get it. I mean,
I might have to go to therapy and figure out what happened in my childhood, but just 2 things I can't do. But I do love a good glizzy. Pause. That's what the kids say, Joe.
What's up? Yeah, you know what's funny?
Me?
My Facebook feed, like the people you may know, I got hit this week with like I'm going through like my Facebook feed, right? And it's like people you might know, and I start clicking on them. And as I start moving to the right, there's a few of them where it's like clearly a girl in high school. You know, 17, 18.
And you're friends with this person?
No, I'm not friends with them. These are people you might know. And I'm looking and it's like, who's your mutual friend with this person?
I think that's all based off of your algorithm, though, Joe.
Based off of my algorithm.
You got some issues, dude. I'm logging off right now.
Do you know who the one mutual friend is?
Her mom.
You! It's you!
Shh.
There's like 6 of them.
And they're all me?
Every single one of them. Every situation. It's like the mutual friend I have is you.
Vin Provenzano. That's not funny, bro. I was just in court today, and I got a client who I thought was only charged with 156 child porn pictures. I thought it was only 156.
That's a lot.
No. So I went to court today and I sat down and it was 2,100 pictures and 1,400 videos.
Let me ask you this. Is there a difference
between 1 and
between
1,000?
150 and 2,100? I mean, is there any less of a penalty, or like, are you any less not a disgusting human being?
You know what
I
I
mean? Like, Your Honor, it was only 150 pictures. At what point are you like, Your Honor, it was only 2,100 pictures? What's the cutoff on it was only?
No, but what I did was I went with the Tylenol defense today. I was like, his mom just was chugging Tylenol, and this is what happened. I swear to God, the judge was just dying laughing. He's like, I was waiting for someone to use that. I'm like, every day, Your Honor. It is Tylenol. But you know what the crazy part is? And then I go talk to my client, most polite, soft-spoken person. So now I'm talking. I got to get him set up with a therapist because that's going to help. And so I'm talking to the therapist. He's like, well, and I'm like, listen, it's all the boxes checked. Plays video games, 30, lives with his parents, super quiet, and taught dance class.
Oh no.
There it is. The
trifecta.
But I will preface that with all allegedly he is not convicted of anything. But when you hear these things, you're just like, and the worst part is I don't even like bat an eye anymore. Like, I just don't even bat an eye when I'm just like, all right, just the dude who's just got some interest that I don't have.
There was a comedian. You know who it was? The Mark Normand, I think it was. And he talked about how, when he was younger, when he was 12, he really liked to drink juice boxes.
I know where this is going.
And now that he's an adult, he drinks wine. But he still will enjoy a juice box.
I do like juice boxes.
When he was 12, he liked 12-year-old women. Now that he's 30, he likes 30-year-old women. He said just as easily he could still like 12-year-old women. You know what I mean?
No.
Well, there was a time where being liking a 12-year-old would have been normal because he was 12. Like with the juice box, but
I got it.
Grown up.
Yeah, I got it.
Right.
So I don't understand where you're going with this.
He was like, it's that close. I mean, you liked a 12-year-old girl once when you were 12. You're
correct.
His point is, luckily, you grew out of that phase. Not everybody does, obviously.
Oh, now I see it.
Like
it's
that.
The phases. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that got dicey for a minute.
Yeah, I'm
not sharp enough to explain that.
I was about to hop on my cell phone. But yeah, so that was a fun adventure today. So one of the proud things I'd like to do. What did my sister say?
Your sister said, hello, my friends.
Oh no, there goes Kelly.
It's like mice. When you see one, there's likely more. And then Kelly said, 12-year-olds are not women.
Point taken, Kelly. Point taken. I'm clear. I am on board with that.
Yeah.
You know what else? You kind of go along with this theme that we have right now, which is just a weird pedo theme. But, change of plans. We weren't planning on discussing this, but it happened. So people who take their kids to see Santa at the mall.
That's weird.
But if you just put your mind to the fact that you sit there and be like, what grown ass man wants to sit there for 8 hours with kids on his lap? And I can tell you, I've represented 3 of those individuals.
Oh my God.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just tell your kids Santa ain't fucking real, like right away. And then they'll just never want to run on a weird, creepy guy's lap.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't.
How's that for a life lesson?
I like it. I think you wouldn't under any other circumstances. I was just talking to somebody the other day about Santa Claus. And when your kids figure that out, and there's a tendency for people to, your kid's like, I think it's you and Dad. I think you guys go and you buy your Christmas gifts and you're the one that puts them under the tree. And there's like this propensity to be like, well, you're wrong. And if you don't believe in Santa, he's not going to come to our house this year. right? And so now your kid who had deduced through reason and logic that Santa Claus isn't real and that you, in fact, are the gift giver.
Yeah.
Which really, at the end of the day, is ultimately you want the credit. You know you do. And here they are figuring it out, using their brain, going to the person they trust the most in the world, and you lie to them.
Oh, relax. It's about Santa. Come on now.
What do you get out of lying to your kid for another 6 months just to write? Let's get one more Christmas out of them.
No, it's for the parents. It's not for the kid.
There you go. So where you pretend it's like, well, I want to protect their innocence. Like, no, you want to have one more Christmas.
Well, because in fairness,
that's on you.
It is, right? Because I think as parents, you think of like phases, right? So that's a phase of your kid's life that you'll never get that back. You'll never get that little kid excited to see Santa again, right? And that's just something I think the parents are holding on to. It's just, I remember like last week, Claudia was on the couch and, Jess was coming home. We came home over the weekend, but it was like, well, I hope he just stays home and hangs out. I was like, no, that time has passed. And she had said it and I just confirmed it. And she looked at me like I was crazy, but it does. It's hard as a parent that but you also see it from the kid's perspective where I would see Jess sometimes look at Claudia and Jess is, Claudia's looking at Jess like he's 12 and he's looking at her like he's 18.
Right.
And that communication barrier was tough for a while because you had two different people in the house with two different points of view. But yeah, the whole Santa Claus thing and most of the stuff that parents do in that type of line is just really to protect like that moment in time because you don't get that back.
But you also don't get their trust back after you lie to them.
I mean,
I think you undermine their own self-confidence in thinking like, hey, I figured something out with reasoning and logic. Why would you, the most trusted person they know, tell them that what they believe and what they figured out is wrong?
I'm getting this weird feeling. This is about you, Joe.
No.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you are 45 and still mad at your parents about Santa, and the fact that ruined your confidence and shaken your life to the core because of that, and now you don't trust your parents, you're a weirdo.
I figured out Santa Claus wasn't real when I was 17. I figured it all out. I had it solved. Yeah, sure, they got 2 more years out of it, but by the time I was 19, I was like, no, I
was confident.
I know what's going on.
It was the best part about the internet. I could Google it. Oh, that's a good time.
I lived in a different time where, you didn't hear about things for a while. Just tell the kids the truth. It's baby Jesus. That's what I tell them. I say, you put your faith in Jesus, and you know what? Shouldn't have any issues. You'll get healed. You'll get the job. You'll never want.
I'm staying out of this one tonight.
Get a little Jesus in your heart.
This is going weird very fast, dude.
Do you remember we did an episode that never got released to the public?
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that tonight. We're not doing it tonight, guys. We're not doing it tonight. I'm not in the mood. I've had a long week. Had a bunch of bad Google reviews.
What you want to talk about?
You want to talk about trying to figure out if you got a fragile ego or not.
Look at Scott here. I was good until I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Mom, I saw you making out with some guy. Yeah, that was Santa Claus, Billy. I'm like, all right, I guess. Vin's an atheist. No, Vin also loves the Jesus.
I can't
say hi to the Jesus.
Joe, I'm not getting in trouble. Hello? Listen, it's just not my cup of tea, Hammer.
Whatever.
But I forgot I was going to say. I was going to have something good to say, and you ruined it. Per usual. I was talking about my bad Google reviews that I got this week.
Listen.
Talk about it. Like,
can you get those removed is the question.
I'm not going to.
Why not?
Because you can't break me.
Are they accurate?
Absolutely not.
I mean, as far as does it pertain to something specific? Like, hey, this guy's such an asshole.
Yeah, basically.
And here's exactly the reason why. Or is it just like, Was it like kind of an anonymous?
No, it was
like, oh yeah.
No, it went to full detail. One wasn't even my client. I don't even know who the person is. The other one, I definitely know who it is. And this is a fun fact about my job, right? So I go to court and I don't get to pick the deck I'm playing. What are you laughing at, Joe?
Kelly wrote, just to round it out, let's talk about pedophile priest now.
Ooh, we're back to the pedo topic.
Wow, you guys, that's a touchy subject.
That's what he said.
All right.
Man.
No more of that talk tonight. Let's find out about Vin's bad reviews.
No, I don't even care. Actually, my paralegal Natasha wrote out this nice thing and a response, and I was like, no. So I got this mom, right? She puts a review on my page. She's tried to modified custody 30,000 times. Okay, so I'm trying to explain to this lady it's not going well. She's like, subpoena my kid's therapist. I'm like, well, one, that's never a good idea because that's your kid's trusted source and all this stuff. But I call the therapist. Therapist is like, you don't want me in court. This lady shouldn't have raised a potato. And I'm like, oh, cool. So now I'm getting yelled at in court because I didn't subpoena the lady who didn't think she was good enough to raise a vegetable. And on top of it, just awful smelling. So how am I supposed to focus when I am mouth breathing in court?
The mom is foul smelling.
Oh, dude. It is what it is.
That person probably doesn't win in court a lot, do they?
Clearly not if I couldn't win.
Yeah. The unhygienic don't generally do well.
Oh, man. Yeah, so it's been one of those weeks where it's just an avalanche of shit with work. But, it happens. I'm moving on. I feel good. We're here. What about you, Joe? How was your work? Oh, my wife started golfing. We took her out to the golf course this week.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you would do that to yourself. I guess that's nice.
Yeah, we did a big family thing. Me, Jess, and Ryan, and Claudia. Ryan's the random one. He's on here. There you go. Oh. What are you reading? Are you even paying attention tonight?
No,
we're not posting this episode, Joe.
This is, I think, one of the best episodes we've ever done.
Oh, my God, dude.
People that are watching are saying it's fire.
What are we doing, Joe? Are you all right?
Tell me about Claudia on the golf course. How did she do her first time?
So I was really proud of my wife because I bought her a nice golfing outfit. Right? I'm a big, you look good, you feel good, you play good, you get paid good. Little Deion Sanders for you guys today.
Damn, coach.
Dropping some knowledge. She stuck it out for 18 holes. She was a good sport about it. I had a real bad day of golf, so probably wasn't a good day to go golfing with her, but good family time. I am not an excellent attorney, but Kelly, I appreciate the love.
Ryan wrote, Rando Ryan. I think he really liked that shout out tonight.
Yeah, it's my boy Ryan. Good dude.
And we went with Ryan, just some random guy. What a weird thing to say.
But that's my dude. I got a good core of friends. I was thinking about that tonight on the way over here.
Yeah, you do have a good core of friends.
Yeah,
when you talk about me to people, you're like, yeah, I got this random DJ friend.
Nah, I got this great friend who's a professional wiffle ball player.
Oh, that's how you talk about me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard this quote, and it was kind of how we used to talk about the house, the windows, the doors, the floors.
Yeah.
Right. So I was in my fields tonight just thinking about my friends because sometimes I do that. And I heard a quote, it's the train station theory, right? So life's like a train station. People come and go. Some stay on for a few stops. Others go for miles, and some leave before you're ready to say goodbye, right? So it's kind of like friends. I know I'm really in my feels, but I just like to go back to that every once in a while. And it's good to have a good core group of friends, not the amount of friends, but who you have as friends, I think is important.
Well, I like the running train metaphor. I think that's
why, Joe? See, Joe, I'm trying to talk about some life stuff, and you're talking about you're talking about like running trains.
Yeah, you said they're going to different stops. Is that how trains run?
I did, but I know where you're getting at, man. We're trying to keep it clean today, dude.
No, what did you think? I don't even know what he's talking about. Ryan also commented, outfit was on point. We sucked.
Yeah. Ryan played with us, and
let's get back to this train thing.
What about the train?
I like that. The platforms. There was like there's the people that you see at the platform.
Well, correct. They're the ones that travel for miles, and then you strike up a conversation, then they're gone. Right? Like this kind of describes your whole friend group.
I've met some fun people on trains.
I'm not a big train guy.
It's not for everybody.
No. Where did you take the train, dude?
My dad worked for Metro North growing up. He used to ride the train for free.
Sorry. I just had the
I'm not gonna stop that.
I just had like Joe's image of like this little like Amtrak worker just sitting there.
Oh yeah.
And you probably thought your dad was like had the coolest job.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I for a long time, my dad told me he was an engineer, and I thought he meant like a train engineer, like that he drove the train. And then one time we actually went to his job, and his job was
punch tickets.
No, he tested the air brakes.
So he wasn't like a guy who like I take it all back. I take it all back.
You're like my cousin's in the Air Force, and people go, "Oh, is he a pilot?" And you're like, "No, he's the guy that stands on the deck, and he's got those lighty cones in his hand, and he's pointing towards off the ship. That's what he does."
Yeah, I take that.
It's a crucial job, but it's not the first one you think of.
Yeah, no, that whole picture of my head just went poof. You should have just led with that, dude.
Yeah, better this way.
Yeah, but I remember when my mom worked at McDonald's, and I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world. Like I tell all my friends, I'm like, dude, my mom worked at Mickey D's. Do I get free Happy Meals?
Okay.
How
old were you when you were bragging about your mom working at McDonald's? Because I think if you're under 10 and your mom works at McDonald's and you're like, hey, my mom works at McDonald's, I get free Happy Meals. That's actually got to be like, damn, Vin, that's great. If you're like 20 and you're like, yo, my mom works at McDonald's, it is not as cool.
Good point. It was when I was a kid.
All right, good. Yeah, that's good. That's good then.
I mean, I still think it'd be kind of cool if my mom worked at Mickey D's now.
But you wouldn't brag about it.
I always brag about my mom. I don't care if she worked at Mickey D's or not.
The judge is like, Council Provenzano, how are we this morning? You're like, good, my mom's working at McDonald's. I'm so proud of her. Aren't you?
I just wanted to let you know.
Way, I get free Happy Meals.
I would do something like that. That's literally me in court, by the way. Like, so today,
some judge is going to find out about Vinny's mom working at McDonald's this coming week, and it's because of this podcast.
This is how petty I am, by the way. So I'm going to say 3 weeks ago, it was me and two other attorneys, buddies of mine. We're all bald, right? So this judge gets on the bench. He's like, hey, 3 fat bald guys on the camera. I'm like, it's a bit aggressive. Put that in the bank. So last week, I knew this judge liked to wear bow ties. So I log on with my bow tie. And he's like, hey, I like your bow tie. I was like, yeah, hopefully it makes me look slimmer, Your Honor. He's like,
damn.
He's like, oh, man. I was like, no, I forgot you called me fat. I'm not holding it against you. We're good. It's not like me and the other attorneys that talked about it after, right? And then so I had to log on with him today. And he always wears a bow tie with a vest under his jacket. Guess what I had on?
Bow tie with a vest?
Yep. And he's just staring at me. And I'm like, I know, Your Honor. Next week, I'm going to have hair.
Oh, my God.
But that's the type of shit I spend my time thinking about. Absolutely petty things. But that's also a privilege I have.
Yeah.
That's how I know I have a good life. Like, even though like I get stressed out with work, but when I can put some thought into that, my life's pretty awesome.
That is pretty solid. That's how much time do you think you put a week into the petty?
Oof, dude. It's got to be hours.
What's your, you know what we should do?
What's my most petty thing?
Your most, like, your petty moment of the week.
Oh, that was what I just said with the judge
Obviously
week.
this week, but I'm saying I think that
we could do that. Yes, once
that
a
might
week.
Be like a new feature.
I like that. Petty Provenzano.
Yeah. Petty Provenzano.
We're going to Petty Provenzano corner, and I said petty, not petting. Just making sure with our earlier conversation tonight, I'm just being completely transparent.
I appreciate that. That is good. That is good. You gotta set boundaries, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
What is acceptable and what is inappropriate?
That's a tough I don't know.
I saw this thing, a meme.
I like that. I like that question.
I don't want to get political, but I saw this funny meme this week. And because it was about Trump, and it said, Trump's been telling people close to him that when he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, it was a different time. You've heard that expression. It was a different time. And then it says, however, the child sex laws were still the same.
I don't even know where you're going with this. I thought we had a good line going again.
So it was a different time, but even then it was wrong.
I mean, it's always wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he said it was a different time. Remember when? All right, you know the word FAG that we used to say a lot in the 90s.
Yeah. Yep.
So think about that for a minute, right? It's like you used to say that a lot, right? And you would say, but it was a different time, right? Because everybody talked that way.
Yeah.
So his thing was he was Jeffrey Epstein, but it was a different time.
But the law
was still the same.
Yeah.
So it was wrong back there, even though it was a different time. It was still illegal.
Yeah, but does that shock you that he thinks that way?
No.
Like this guy's out here being it's a King Trump out here right now. Like it's completely like wild. We got the guy running our military saying "fafo." That's the shit I say.
That was nuts.
Like people are always like, "Well, Vinny, talk crazy just like you." Yeah, I do it in a gym locker room at Cromwell or Bristol. I'm not the president.
It's all locker room talk with this guy.
Yeah, totally different, completely acceptable, but it's just wildly insane. So yes, for him to say what was different, not acknowledging it was the same law, like the guy's a lawless person.
Yeah, look, here's the thing too. For I know there's a lot of people that feel very strongly about him, and that's great. But if you're cheering the president of the United States sending troops into cities
as training grounds,
now listen, right? I mean, listen, if you're like they're going into like Democrat cities and that's great. The more you stand by and support that kind of behavior, eventually it ends up being your city or town or state.
We all get touched.
I mean, it's not, I don't know.
Like, what's crazy? Like, you watch the news and you see these countries and these towns with tanks and people with guns and all that shit, and it would never cross your mind to be like, I might have that coming down Walnut Tree Road one day. But like, if I woke up tomorrow to see it, I might not blink because it's just out there. But that's what separates, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, like that just as a human being, this is what separates us from everybody else is we don't do that.
Right.
Like, and if it was a Democrat sitting there saying this shit, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Like, it's just crazy. Like, and if you can't be appalled by the violence we see every day now, when everything coming out of that place is violence. And it doesn't make it right for these people to do what they're doing, but to incite violence, what do you think people are going to react with? Because now that violence is acceptable for everybody.
Right.
Right? It's not just acceptable for the government to be violent. You're rubber stamping everybody to be violent. the vigilante system. It's crazy. And I just don't get it. I don't get this whole like back and forth shit. Like, it's just think about it as a person and then make your decision. And then the shit shouldn't be that hard. Drives me nuts.
I had lunch a couple days ago with a dozen Republicans, and we were talking about a lot of things. And I'll say this, of that group of people, about half of that group don't love the fact that Trump has sent troops to American cities. Just they don't love that idea. Not enough where they're like, I'm mad at him about it, but enough that they were like, that's wrong. And to your point, if this was Biden doing it, you'd be losing your mind over it. And so again, and I made some good points, and one of them being I said, because I know I was talking about that guy Pete, who I think I really offended by saying I don't like when people tie their identity into a politician.
Yep.
I think it's a little weird. Okay, you could be MAGA, but like, pump the brakes. He's not Jesus. He's not like this infallible, perfect figure.
Well, I think people too, regardless if it's politics or not, I think people always feel like they got to identify with something.
Right, but you don't.
And that's my point, is just be yourself. Like that, it's such an easier way to live your life, and not everyone has to like you, right? You don't have to be everyone's friend, because I don't like everybody either, but at least I'm happy with myself. But so when we talk about these things here, this isn't something, well, from my end, coming from a Democrat or Republican, because I don't tie myself to a party, because I also, by tying yourself to a particular party, you're limiting your view. Right. So now it's like what we talked about last week, where where you need to get. So you're just going to rationalize everything to get to that point. Right. Instead of just being open to thinking and having discussions, it's already thought out. It's already pre-planned. And no matter how you get there, you're going to get there. And I think that's the problem we have with people just tying themselves to either politics or religion or whatever. Is it shouldn't be that tight tie. You could be associated with, but you don't need to be tied to.
You don't have to be the Pope. You could just be a Catholic.
Yeah. And you don't have to be a Democrat. You just be a person who's a decent person.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It's really not that. It's not that difficult. Right. Like, I always think too, like, if they're talking about policy and stuff, well, how's it going to affect my mother? Not me, but my mom, right? Because as a son,
well, she's always got McDonald's.
Yeah, she always got Mickey D's, But like, if you just thought about it like that, instead of the position, because you're MAGA, think about how it's actually going to impact your family instead of being fucking stupid. And on the Democrat side, just fucking do something. Like,
oh my God, did you see Cory Booker?
Oh my God.
Cory Booker was like, oh my God, the world's going to be over. Everybody watch my live stream. We're going to live stream during the shutdown. And like 9 people were watching the whole thing, and they had to turn it off.
Well, yeah, because now it's about me, celebrity, right? Like, you didn't know who these people were 15 years ago in politics. You didn't know that they didn't have Instagram pages and TikToks and making it about, and that's the Democratic problem, right? That party, they're all about the individual shit, right? It's not like putting their heads together and figuring out a strategy that's going to be better for the people. Not to beat the Republicans, but it'd be better to the people. But they don't do that, right? And then you have the MAGA side that's just, no matter what happens, it's right.
The problem is everybody fear mongers, and the Republicans are way better at it because their fear mongering applies to a majority of the country.
Like all of it.
Yeah.
Like it goes from
a majority white Christian country that they're under attack, like 75% of the population's like, wait, what? You know? That's a big number right there of people. You could easily scare women in the suburbs into thinking like, you guys, man, it's getting bad. Like, they're like, you know what? You're right. Let's get some Republicans.
Yeah, the enemy among us.
Yeah. We got to keep it safe.
But it's crazy. Like, this rhetoric is getting spewed. And if it was Biden or Obama, like, imagine what would happen. Did you ever think you were going to hear someone say the enemy is among us?
I've only ever heard that in the 40s in Germany. I won't say who said it because I don't want to be accused of anything, but it's an interesting term.
It's almost as good as the 2 N-words that you can't say.
I'm telling you, listen, if you want to take the chance and say nuclear out loud, do it, but people, there's consequences. You want to run your mouth, you want to say the N-word, you want to be like, nuclear. And if somebody punches you in the face, well, hey, that's what you get for running your mouth like that.
It's amazing. It's like watching your grandfather just ramble on.
What's up, my nuclear?
But it's like watching like your grandfather in like a nursing home just babble on.
There are people that watch that. They're like, yeah, man, yeah, this guy's right, man.
Right. It's
the 2 N-words.
It's just
Trump's not afraid to say it. We're taking the N-word. We're going to let them keep theirs.
But we're taking ours back.
And we're making a new one. Ours is the nuclear one. You can't say it anymore.
Can't say it.
That, and you can't say Merry Christmas. Oh, actually, no, you can say Merry Christmas again, which is weird because he also blamed the shutdown. He blamed the shutdown, I shit you not, on the open border.
Yeah.
He said that, the open border. And it's like, motherfucker, you're in charge of the border now.
It's you, dude.
Well, how can you blame them? How? What the? Listen, this is important for people to know. People who are like, I don't know who's causing this. I've heard the Democrats are shutting the government down because they want to give
immigrants health care, which they can't. It's illegal. It doesn't apply to immigrants.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you for 1 second. If that was true, the Democrats would be like traitors to America. And so if you're a person who's heard that and you're like, these fucking Democrats fucking believe this shit,
it's just not true.
They're going to close down Yellowstone Park. I won't be able to go there because they want to give them illegals the free health care. They're just going to have more babies with the free health care. I know what's going on.
You know,
you're going to bring all these conservative leaning Hispanic people into this country so they can become Democrats. Maybe if we weren't so racist towards them, they would want to join the conservative party because they're Christians who have the same family values as you. Just a thought. I don't know.
It's just a thought. My mind goes through, I'm not getting on a plane with a TSA agent working who's not getting paid. All of that shit's going through. You know, when you walk in and you see like the Chinese stars and the knives and all the shit you can't have, you're going to walk in there tomorrow and they're all going to be gone. Oh, wild times. But once again, as we discussed last week, we're bulletproof, Joe.
Yep.
It's been
no, this is good. This is good. See, I think the fans are happy tonight.
I hope so. We had our little rant and raves, but yeah, it was a crazy, like that whole conference that they had was the best TV I've watched in my lifetime. Like the best, like the beardos, like the guy who runs our militaries, like it said beardos. Beardos.
What did you think of that speech from Pete Hegseth, who, by the way, listen, this guy's a veteran.
I liked how he plugged his book at the end too,
This
which was
guy's,
just classic.
Listen, this guy served every other weekend and 3 weeks a year. Okay.
Hardcore.
If anybody understands the warrior ethos, it's this National Guardsman turned Secretary of War.
No, don't forget Fox News broadcaster.
That's just icing on the cake. That's just some window dressings.
And this guy's worried about beardos.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know why? Because he was in the fucking National Guard with guys.
Don't do it,
Son
Joe.
of a bitch, I swear to God.
Dude, and but it was pure comedy. Like, it just makes me laugh. He's like, no more fat people in the military, no more fat generals. And then here comes Humpty Dumpty. Comes out on the stage. But it's wild, right? So if you're looking at it from a resource perspective, you took all their top brass, all of them from all over the world, to say Fafo.
Nobody can be over 239 pounds. That's what Trump weighs, and that's the fucking cutoff.
Fafo.
A tight, solid, hardcore, firm it up, 239.
It's just, and then,
no fatties.
Like, it really, really irks me because I obviously never served. I wanted to. Like, I thought it'd be cool. I really didn't want to serve my country and get shot, but at the time, I couldn't for medical reasons. But like, it's now that I think about older, I would have never survived. I couldn't have done it. I'm soft.
Yeah,
no, I'm not built for them. Too pretty.
Your name would have been Doughboy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And so I just can't stand to hear like, this person can't be in the military. This person can't do that. Like, if someone wants to put their name on the line and risk their life for me, I don't care if they show up with this shit on their face.
Hey, Freddy Fazbear.
Yeah, right? Like, I mean, first of all, if you saw some dude with some sick weapons running through a village with this mask on, that war's over, dude. They're stopping the war.
Kelly said, there's no way he only weighs 239 pounds. Kelly, that's a sarcastic joke because he had a physical in his last year in office where that slovenly pig and his doctor said he weighed 230, 6'4", 239, which is hilarious because
there's zero chance.
There are professional athletes who are 6'4", 239, and they're like NFL linebackers with like perfectly cut abs and amazing bodies. And then they put Trump in the middle of that, and you're like, yeah, checks out.
Makes perfect sense.
I know he looks dumpy in those suits, but underneath, he's just ripped.
Also, what was crazy, too, is this guy's just, he's definitely a woman beater, right? He's out here like, you're not going to be able to file multiple complaints, no more anonymous complaints. Meanwhile, the military has some of the highest sex assault rates you've ever even heard of. And this guy's like, fuck it, stop complaining. I literally had a case last week. It was a little bit of a domestic case. And you know how Trump's attitude is. Like, I don't even think those are crimes, you know? So that's what I told the judge. I was like, listen, a little slappy slap. It's a simple argument, Your Honor, amongst husband and wife.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Backhand a bitch.
It's crazy, but it makes me feel so good about my life.
I'm not saying it's okay, but back in the day. They used to just backhand their wives in public and nobody said anything. That was a terrible thing. Maybe we should go back to that.
Yeah, they're going to make America great again.
Isn't that the kind of shit he says where it's like he throws something out there and then he's like, no, it's bad. But what if it wasn't? Maybe we should do it.
Who defines bad? You know, bad's just a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want you to think it's bad.
But
let me think it's the opposite. That's all it is. That's pretty much what it is, too. It's just whatever they say, he just wants you to think it's the opposite of that, which is so stupid because you think the Democrats would be like, This guy only loves older women, and he's like, no, I love the young ones.
But these are my clients on a daily basis, by the way.
That's crazy.
Like,
no, you know what though? Listen, I'll tell you what, and I know everybody gets all pissed off or whatever, but everybody deserves the right to a trial and the right to be represented because, and I'm sure it's rare, Vin, where somebody's accused and they probably didn't do it, right? I mean, pretty much
it's
if there's evidence and shit and they got it, they bring in charges. It's probably likely you did some shit.
Well, where there's smoke, there's fire. Usually, I will say that's the toughest part of doing.
Except for with my clients, Your Honor. Then there's
no fire, just a smoke.
A lot of smoke. A lot of big old cloud of smoke.
Never caught fire. No,
it was hot in there. I'll be honest. It got a little hot, but it never sparked.
Well, that's the tough part about being a criminal defense attorney, right? Because if you're going by like wins and losses, like your wins are few and far between. Like so you got to have your ego in check too and be like, I get cases all the time. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Like,
let me ask you this. If you were to get off, I hate that term.
Yeah, that was pause.
A rapist or a murderer. Right,
like, been there, done that.
You're there, and well, let me ask you this, right? So let's just pretend we're doing it, right? And the judge is like, the jury finds the defendant not guilty. Are you for like a second like yes, and then you're like, oh, what the fuck did I just do? Oh boy.
No, I'm all about the yes.
Yeah,
100%.
What if you know they did it and you got them?
That's a bigger
not guilty. Is that a different reaction?
That's even
like,
better.
You know what?
That's even better because for me, when I get to the point where I'm at trial, obviously, like I want a great result for my client, but I'm not gonna lie, like I don't like fucking losing. Mm-hmm. So it's not about. I mean, it's different in family cases. It's different because what is a win and a loss depending on what you're looking at, right? Mm-hmm. Like. You're really trying to affect, but like in a criminal case, like yours, the deck is fucking stacked, bro. So, and yes, usually, and even if my clients don't tell me you did it, just little fucking note to yourself, I know you did it. Don't lie to your attorney. Don't lie to me anyways, because I'm a human lie detector. And this is what I had a client 2 weeks ago. Well, you believe me, right? You trust me. I'm like, that's not what this is about. I'm not your fucking friend. No, I don't believe you. No, I don't trust you, but I don't need to. Right? So, because I gotta deal with the facts at hand. But if my clients aren't being honest with me, and it's like that in life, if you're not being honest with me in anything, then I don't know the complete picture and I can't do anything about it. So if you came in and you committed a crime, you need to tell me word for word what happened. Because then I know what I'm walking into. So like today, when I thought I was just dealing with 156 pictures of child porn, just 156, there's fucking 4,000 total. Like, and you walk out into the hallway and you just look at your client and they just smile at you.
Your Honor, some people think 4,000's a lot, but in my experience, that is actually not.
And then they pull out a diagram of the world's biggest number.
Yeah.
It's not that important, Your Honor. But yeah, so if I get the not guilty verdict or I get a sweet deal, I had a client charged with sex assault of a minor. She was 12. Pleads guilty. After we started picking a jury, suspended sentence, so no jail time, no registration.
Well, you got to take that.
So I get out after we're done, and he's yelling at me out in front of the courthouse, saying I didn't get this done fast enough. He doesn't like the deal. Mind you, he's facing 30 years in prison with a lifetime registration. Right? I looked at him. I'm like, well, now that I don't represent you, when you get hit by that bus, I'll be the first one there clapping.
Damn.
Boom. So that's how I really feel. But while I'm representing people, I don't care. I don't judge. Because at the end of the day, it's my job. I don't.
No, listen, I don't know if you remember in the 2016 election, they ran ads about how Hillary Clinton had represented somebody as an attorney. And it was somebody accused of something with an underage person, and she got the person off. And there was audio of her, like, obviously audibly celebrating the fact that she won a victory for her client. People were like, see,
because it's not personal.
She protects pedophiles, and it's like, no, don't. That's
because
that ain't right.
No, because it's not.
I mean, that has to be somebody's job. Has to be to represent society's fringiest people,
and it's not for everybody, right? So
that's a good tagline for your business.
I like it. I'll represent all the fringies.
I represent the fringiest people.
So it's not for everybody. So I know a lot of criminal attorneys want to take sex cases or child porn. Like, I want to take animal cruelty cases. I take everything else but
I like that there's a limit. That's good.
No, so I will tell you, when I was a young attorney, I had passed down a rape case, and I remember my boss, who had passed away, his friend, called me, and he's like, I took that case. I heard you didn't want to take it. I'm like, nah, just not my thing. He's like, you got a mortgage to pay for, you got bills to pay, you got to buy groceries, you got to take the case. And after that, it kind of clicked. Like, I'm able to separate it, so when I go home, I'm not thinking about, I'm thinking about work. I don't think about the crazy shit I see. Like, I'm more thinking about my family cases and stuff because it's more personal. But yeah, criminal law is wild, man. Like, you have the craziest conversations with your clients, and it would blow your mind. Like, it is, and the way people rationalize things is just, it's amazing.
What do you do when one of those pock-faced, really badly balding with the comb over guys like, Diddy, I swear to God, I wouldn't, I would never touch a girl underage.
They all say that.
I know. Are you just like, dude, give me a fucking break?
Yeah. I had one with that,
and he's wearing a members only jacket.
Yeah. So
in the summer,
I had a situation where allegedly clients having a conversation with an FBI agent, right? And it's like, oh man, I had sex with my 11-year-old sister. But then he put JK after.
That's
so
hilarious.
Then I'm in my conference room having a conversation with him and his wife about some things. And, all of a sudden it comes up and he's like, it's clearly joking. I write JK. My response was, I was like, I tell a lot of jokes. I'm a pretty funny fucking guy. But what I can tell you is I never told that joke to my boys, but yo, you know what I did last night?
Yeah, that's not funny.
But once again, you have to be able to shut your brain off and go do your job. But it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, sometimes you're watching a video of your client confessing and you're just screaming at it, telling them to stop talking.
Yep.
What are you reading?
Somebody, Nicole asked, have you ever fired a client?
Yes.
What did they do? Because I would think lying isn't like a deal breaker.
No, usually the firing, because I've done it quite often.
Are they being unreasonable in what like?
No.
Again, so a guy's looking at 30 years if he goes on trial and the case doesn't look good and he gets offered this deal and he's like, I'm not taking that bullshit. Are you like, yeah, okay?
No.
Peace out, kid.
No, because I go home at the end of the day. That's what I tell all my clients. You don't have to take the deal. I'm going to get you the best deal possible. No one's getting a better deal than me. But if you don't want to take it, cool, we go to trial. But no matter what happens, I walk. So I don't care. I'm going to care to get you the best deal possible. And I'm going to care. I'm going to try to win that trial. Even if I have the worst case to try. I've been there. I want to win, but I go home. But I think the toughest part is with my clients is how they're dealing with my staff. I could put up with a lot of bullshit. But I will tell you, I have lost my mind on a number of clients. Like almost showed up at the house type stuff because they do that. So, or if they're lying to the court, I've had that happen. Or if I just really thought they were like a really bad parent and I just didn't want to deal with them anymore. I've had that happen twice where they were just,
good Lord,
because I can do the criminal stuff and go home at night and be fine. I can't deal with deadbeat parents. Just touches a nerve for me. So it is what it is.
I get it. I get that. That's messed up.
It can't be like, because this is what I don't understand about parents is that it's not about them. It's about your kids, right? Like your kids are just going to live that life you were living if you keep acting this way. But it's not about the husband and wife or the father and mother. But if you think about your kid, like the waters calm down, but no one does that.
It's really hard to, though. It's hard to. Listen, it's bad enough when you break up with a person. It gets way more complicated when you own property and other shit. It's compounded tenfold if you also have children. That's the way I see it.
Okay, so it's difficult, but it's not that difficult.
Yeah, but you're I mean, I know I hate to say this, but it's like you've got this weapon that you can use to get back at your spouse. I would think
if you ever said that in my office, I'd fucking fire you.
Yeah, no, that's I'm not saying it like that's my thought. I'm trying to get into but one of your people by saying
that's I do not tolerate that. And like don't get me wrong, there's instances where one parent's a real shit parent, right? Like I'm not talking about that situation where that parent has made everything possible to have a bad relationship with the kid. I'm talking about parents who shitty husband and wife, but everyone's got to acknowledge you're a good parent. Just think about what you want for your kid and do that. It doesn't have to be easy, but the reality is you're stuck with this kid for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And that kid didn't choose to be here. So if you're putting your kid in a shitty situation, in a situation he didn't ask to be in, like then you're just a shitty parent.
Yes, I agree with that, but I think there's people who would also say they didn't think they would be in that situation.
What do you mean? What situation?
Of getting divorced.
Yeah, but divorce is like there shouldn't be this negative stigma on divorce. There shouldn't, because at the time you were married, maybe it was right for then, right? It was at the right time, right place, right spot in your life. But people change, people grow. So it's not something to be shameful of because you guys grew apart. You became different people. You're going to do that over 10 to 20 years.
What if she cheated on you with all of your best friends and your boss, and she basically wiped out your bank account?
And I have a kid with her.
Yeah.
My honest thing?
That's
Again,
I'm just
my honest thing is I would hate her guts and hope she died.
Yeah, this didn't happen to me. I don't want anyone. I mean, I got divorced, but mine wasn't that terrible, to be honest.
But I would not. Those would be my thoughts.
I just think that's how a lot of people take this, and then they end up where we hire lawyers who we're going back and forth, and I hate to say it like this, but I think sometimes one spouse or the other kind of looks at the kids as
no, they both do.
Hold on, but as the conduit to do something to either hurt the other person or to in some way hurt the other person. You don't have
No. I'm agreeing, Joe.
I know, and it sucks and it's messed up, but I would think that would be prevalent again in situations where, because again, I think if you. Like in my divorce, when we got divorced, it was like we already knew it was time. Plus, he tried to kidnap my kids. That's a story for another day. But that was an easy mutual. We actually drove in together to get divorced, and then went and had lunch afterwards. And we tried to be pleasant about it. We were like, we gotta co-parent. I mean, right? We have to. These kids are.
Yeah,
this could be a long time. So I try to be nice. I try not to be a dick about it. There were times where, she would say shit to the kids, and the kids, they were smart. They, immediately gravitated towards the sane person. And so, I could monitor what she was doing. But she was definitely using the kids as her weapon and as her source of information.
No. So I'm not saying that doesn't happen because it happens more often than not.
Okay.
Right.
I guess that's what I'm
that is unfortunately a common thing, which will eventually affect your custody with the kids, because if you're trying to alienate the parent, it goes down that path. But what I'm trying to say is the cheat code for parents is, because every parent's like, I don't know what the best decision is, but the default should be, what's going to make my kid better, right? What is that decision? It's not a hard decision. And if you use that as your default, that's the cheat code, because then you don't got to go hire me, because you can figure that stuff out. But now you're at a point, and now we got like parent coordinators, right? So now the parents have to use this parent coordinator to help them parent the kids in the house, make decisions about their kids, right? Parents now rather default to a stranger. Or like if you're going to trial because you can't resolve a divorce custody case, you're letting a stranger, a guy who doesn't know you or a girl who doesn't know you, some judge, make a decision. And then people now sign agreements with parenting coordinators, which is just a third party that's going to make the parenting decision when you guys disagree. It's ridiculous.
I don't know if you spent much time in New Haven Corp, or if you know who Deb Kern is from. I mean, that person to me was a fucking moron. And I'm more than happy to talk about this person. This was a person who, in my opinion, was a fucking box checker. I had two daughters who were 8 and 6 when we were getting divorced. And at one point, I told this idiot, I go, listen, I got to be straight with you about this person who, by the way, misses appointments and meetings and you know, co-parenting bullshit.
Yep.
Would miss stuff on the regular, like clearly not a priority in this person's life. And the whole reason why we got divorced was she told me her father was dying and she took my kids to Georgia, only for me to figure out she was lying, hire a lawyer, get some divorce papers going. And it was pretty easy from there until she had to sign the divorce agreement, which gave me custody. But like I said, we went and had lunch afterwards. So she really didn't want the custody of the kids. She didn't, you know, and so she moved across the street from me and rarely ever saw the kids, but at least had the satisfaction of knowing that the kids were safely in my house. But back to Deb Kern. Deb Kern was like, they're girls. They really need to be with their mother. And I'm like, well, their mother is a fucking sociopath. So they probably don't need to be around her. Plus, this woman disappoints these kids like nobody's business, blows them off all the time. You think that's good for them? You think I should try to accommodate more time for her? Like, are you fucking serious, Deb Kern? What? I mean, I don't know. Do a little fucking work. Like, get off your ass. They're girls. They need a mother. Yeah, they need a mother. They actually have a mother now, like a competent, loving, caring mother who adopted them, that being my second wife. So, you know, I think there's, you know, I told you my buddy recently left the country and pulled all of his divorce shit. He was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Because that's what it was. It was a lawyer on the other side who wanted to go to court every couple of weeks on some bullshit or another.
No.
Had her convinced that, you know what? You should get more. You should get more than half. And he was like, you know what? Bye.
I don't agree with your friend.
You don't have to agree with him. I understand the point he was at and how dicey things were getting. And having gone and dealt with somebody like Deb Kern, where it's like, no matter what I say or do, this woman's like, well, they need to be with their mother. And it's like, their mother's a fucking psycho, lady.
I know.
Talk to her for fucking 5 minutes.
I mean, the system's not perfect.
No,
I can tell you that.
But I think that's my biggest point, Ben, is that there's fucking incompetent people. There's people who just make assumptions. Again, sometimes it's just the way people look.
But my point is that fine, there's people out there like that, but then handle your business.
I agree.
Right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you have someone saying, hey, these kids should be with mom because they need their mom, and you don't agree, then you go fight like you did, right?
Yep.
Because that is your choice. To give up on your kids, and I've had clients do that, is crazy to me. I don't care what type of battle you got to fight. Those are your kids. But I can't tell parents enough that are getting a divorce. It's not about you two. It's about the kid.
Yes.
And
I watch all your videos.
And when I hear like parents saying, "Hey, yeah, I think he was a shitty husband, but he's a good dad," or "She's a good mom," it's the best moment of a consultation for me. Because I could go deal with the numbers, I could go deal with your finances, I could get you a divorce. But when I'm dealing with two people who think that both people are good parents, that kid's going to be good. Right? So, and it's tough too, because on the flip side, I represent people and the other parents are just the worst parents. Or I've had those clients that are just not what they should be. And that's the most frustrating part. I think just in life in general is that people don't realize what you have in front of you. You're always on the chase for something better, but why not just enjoy what you have? And if you have kids, coming from a guy who only got to spend 6 years with a kid in the house, like I would fucking do whatever to have a full 18. Right? Because when that time's gone, it's gone. It changes forever. It's like what we talked about earlier.
6 is good.
But 6 was my 6 was the best 6 ever.
You got good 6.
Oh, I got the best 6. Good looking, smart, athlete, just a cool dude. It was the best 6 years, and I didn't have to change a diaper. I didn't have to go to T-ball. I didn't have to, because I don't like. I go out to restaurants and I hear kids screaming. I leave.
Yeah, you jumped in at the right time.
Yeah, so if I could do this 6 years over and over again, I would do it.
Those were the 6.
That's the 12 to 18 was.
If Claudia could get another team, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll just like hunt around the mall.
Right?
You know, hop on a train.
I would bet if you went to an orphanage right now, you could find a solid 12 or 13-year-old that nobody wants. You know what I mean? You might get right in there, scoop them up.
Oh my God. No, I did. So one time I did this Big Brother thing, right? Like I was like, I'm going to be a big brother. So I'd have to drive out to stores to see, whoever they assigned me to. Right. So it's underprivileged kids. And I got that. What was that football movie? Blindside. I got Blindside in my head now, right? Like I'm Blindside too. I get there, it's kind of the big kid with red hair, and I'm like, oh, come on, right? So nice kid. So we're hanging out, shooting hoops. I'll go buy him some. It was Christmas was coming up, so I bought him a winter jacket, backpack, all the shit. Went in the house, threatened all the kids in the house. I was like, you touch his fucking kid's shit, I'm gonna kill you. And then his mom didn't let me see him anymore. Like I would drive up the stores, and they're like, Mom picked up the kid. Because she didn't want her kid being happy for those 2 hours.
That's how I'm telling you, man.
Like it is crazy. And for you to put a kid through that when they didn't choose to be here, that was your own fucking choice, is wild.
By the way, people are suggesting that you foster homeless teens.
I would, dude. I would. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm the biggest sucker for homeless people too. I am.
Man, I tell you right now, I hate to cut this podcast off right now. I really do.
Oh, dude, we're already at an hour?
Yeah.
We're done?
I wouldn't normally care. I would keep on going, but unfortunately, the Yankees and the Red Sox have a series clinching game that just got underway.
Go Sox! Hey!
I didn't know we was going to have a problem.
All right.
I'm fully prepared for the Yankees to lose tonight after this season.
And I'm
already be over.
I'm all right, Joe. Joe, I'm all right. Thank you. I was only coughing for 10 minutes of the podcast.
That was God.
That was Babe. That was Babe Ruth.
That was Babe Ruth.
Yep. All right. Go Sox. Everyone have a good night. I'll catch you next week. It's been fun. Change your plans.
Did you give the website?
Don't worry about it. We'll hit it next week. No one goes there anyways.
ChangeYourPlansCT.com. Go to it and prove any wrong.